On this video, I'll show you how to pass the hazard perception part of the ADI Part 1 theory test. If you haven't already, then do check out my other video helping you with the ADI Part 1 theory test, and the title of that video is ADI Part 1 Theory Test, Start Training for Free. The important message from that video is not to pay up front for an ADI training course, because you can easily prepare yourself for the ADI Part 1 theory test. So there's no reason at all that you should have to pay out any money at this stage for any training. Just follow my free advice and guidance from this video and the other video that I've made helping you with the Part 1 theory test, and if you do that, you will be very well prepared for the Part 1 theory test. I'm Jonathan from Boom Instructor Training, and I'm here to help PDIs and ADIs get the most out of being a driving instructor. And if you'd like to become an ADI, and I would imagine you would because that's why you're watching this video, then check out my online course at boominstructortraining.com. So let's now have a look at what you need to do to pass the hazard perception test. The app that I'm using for this demonstration is this particular app. Of course, other apps are also available. Let's talk about the hazard perception test. So this comes immediately after the 100 multiple choice questions. There will be 14 video clips. Each clip lasts about 1 minute, and the clips feature everyday road scenes, just like the one that we're looking at now. Each clip contains at least one developing hazard, but one of the clips features 2 developing hazards, so a total of 15 scoreable developing hazards. You can get up to 5 points for each developing hazard. The maximum score you can get is 75, and you need at least 57 points to pass. So you want to be getting an average of 4 out of 5 for each scoreable hazard to pass the test. If you get some 5 out of 5s, that's even better. I mentioned earlier you need to respond to developing hazards. Let's talk about what this means. Well, firstly, let's talk about a static hazard, then we'll talk about developing hazards. So it's not necessary for you to respond to static hazards. A static hazard is a fixed feature of the road, a bend, a brow of a hill, a pedestrian crossing, or 3 examples. So they're static hazards. You're looking for developing hazards, just like the driving school car that pulled out of the side road a moment ago. So a developing hazard is something that's happening that would cause you to take action by changing speed or direction. So I mentioned earlier that a pedestrian crossing is a static hazard. It's a fixed feature of the road, but if a pedestrian was at or near the pedestrian crossing, then it would become a developing hazard. Let's have a look at some examples of me responding to these hazards. So we can see here a bridge, a narrow bridge with the car approaching. So I'm going to touch the screen here as we approach this situation. Now I can see another car. I'm going to touch the screen here and again and again. And another car here, here and here. So you'll notice that I've responded by touching the screen, or if you're using a mouse, clicking the mouse 3 times for that particular hazard that we've just seen. And the reason that I did that is because there's an invisible scoring window that opens the moment you see a hazard first developing. It stays open for a few seconds and then it closes again. So if your first response, your first touch of the screen is before that scoring window opens, if you give it a second or third touch or click, then you should get within that scoring window. Okay, so 5 out of 5 for that one, great. Let's have a look at another example. So we're in an urban area. So I'm looking well ahead. I'm scanning to the left, scanning to the right. I'm looking for developing hazards. A situation that's on the move, it's developing, there's some activity. It could be a pedestrian, it could be a vehicle, a cyclist. I can see a pedestrian here, but they're being sensible. So I'm looking ahead, I'm scanning left and right. The road looks clear at the moment. There's a side road on the left. There, and there. So the moment I saw that cyclist appear to the left in the side road, they'd got a high-vis jacket on, so they were quite noticeable. The moment I saw them, I touched the screen once and then twice and 3 times. I can see some lights here. It's a pedestrian crossing, I think, and a roundabout. I will touch the screen here and again and again. So I'm having to slow down for that approaching vehicle. Okay, 4 out of 5. I'm happy with that. The reason I'm happy with that is because if I'm averaging 4 out of 5 for each clip, then I'm going to pass this test. And that's really what we're concerned about. So long as you pass this test, then that's great. Let's have a look at another example. All right then, driving along the road, urban area, parked vehicles to the left and to the right. Well, I'm anticipating that a car could pull off without looking, a car door could open, a car could pull out of a driveway or a side road, pedestrians could be crossing the road behind the parked vehicle. So I'm anticipating all of these things. I'm scanning left and right as well as looking ahead. I'm looking for any activity, any movement, anything developing. I can see some pedestrians here, look, so I touch the screen and again, 3 touches on approach to that particular situation. So I'm continuing to pay attention because one of these clips does have 2 scoreable hazards, so something else could happen as the clip continues. So I'm still paying attention as we go around the bend, looking ahead for more hazards. The road ahead looks clear. There we go, 4 out of 5. That's great. I will get a pass if I'm averaging 4 out of 5. Okay, let's check out another example. Here we go then. So driving along, nice clear road at the moment. I can't see any activity. There's a white van in my lane. I need to go around, but that's a static hazard. There's no movement. There's nobody there. Nothing's happening. Same with this van here, a static hazard. There's no activity. I see some pedestrians here, but they're being sensible. Continuing to look ahead, scanning to the left, scanning to the right. I can see some parked vehicles to the right. A tractor. I'm touching the screen and again and again. So the moment I noticed the tractor in the side road moving and emerging from the side road, I responded by touching the screen 3 times. So I should get a reasonable score for this. I should get a 4, maybe even a 5 out of 5 if I'm lucky, because I responded. As soon as I noticed the tractor, I responded to it. Let's see what I get. 4 out of 5. Well, that's great. This is telling me I could have responded maybe a second earlier. So that's something that I need to be considering here. So although I'm doing well, 4 out of 5, that's still a pass and that's a good score. There's room for improvement. So what I need to do is respond a second earlier than I am doing. I need to pay a bit more attention and respond a little earlier. Let's see if I can bump the score up to 5 on the next couple of clips. Okay, so let's have a look at another clip. It says rural carriageway here, so let's check it out. So I'm following a motorcyclist in a high-vis jacket. I can notice a car at the side road on the left, so I'm responding to that. I'm now looking well ahead. I've noticed a white van here. I'm just touching the screen. I've noticed the white van started to move and again and again. It's a parking area and the white van is moving out of the parking area, joining the flow of traffic. Now, the moment I noticed that white van, I responded by touching the screen. So this time I was looking further ahead and I responded a little bit earlier than on the previous few clips. So let's see if that has improved my score up to a 5. I feel this time I responded maybe a second or so earlier than I have done on the previous few clips. Let's see if that has resulted in a higher score. And yes, it has, 5 out of 5. So let's see if I can maintain this now. I'm looking further ahead, I'm planning further ahead, and I'm responding that little bit earlier now, and that's given me the 5 out of 5. Okay, let's check out another clip. Suburban driving, it says here. Here we go. I'm on a motorway, I'm in lane 2. So I'm looking ahead, traffic's flowing nicely. There's a white lorry in lane 1, nothing happening in lane 3. I can see some signs overhead here. Looks like there's an exit off the motorway soon, a slip road leaving the motorway. So now I've noticed a shadow here. There's a vehicle just here. Signals come on. So I'm going to touch the screen again, and again as the car starts to move into lane 2, then crosses into lane 1. So the moment I noticed the signal come on that vehicle, that started to change. The hazard was developing into something that was going to cause me to have to respond. So I had to brake and slow down to allow that car to change lane. So the signal came on, the scoring window opened, I responded as soon as I noticed the signal, and that gave me the 5 out of 5. So I'm going to demonstrate one more clip now. So let's have a look at this one. It says urban driving here. Let's have a look. Well, immediately I'm struck by all of the smoke. There's obviously a serious fire, so I'm anticipating emergency vehicles. You would imagine a fire engine, could be ambulance or police. I'm looking ahead, I'm scanning. I can see an ambulance, a fire engine. At the moment I saw it, I touched the screen and then gave it a second and third touch. So that was quite predictable. I was just using good anticipation skills, considering all of that smoke. And I'm still looking and planning ahead. I can see a crossing here. Static hazard because there's no activity at the crossing. Traffic lights changing to red, so I will respond to that because I'm having to brake and bring the car to a stop at the traffic lights. Okay, let's see what score I get for this particular clip. There we go, 5 out of 5, great. All right then, well, I hope that's been useful. You have all of these clips, of course, on the app. There's plenty of them, so put in some practice, and I hope that the demonstration that I've given you has been helpful, and just do your best, and I'm sure that you will be getting 4s and 5s yourself. Give this video a like if you've enjoyed it and found it helpful, and also subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more videos. Liking and subscribing will encourage me to make more videos for you. And also, this is a new YouTube channel, so liking and subscribing will help me grow the channel. And if you want the best possible chance of becoming a driving instructor, then check out boominstructortraining.com. I have created an online video learning course, and this online course will be a fantastic way for you to learn all of the skills necessary to pass the Part 2 test and pass the Part 3 test and qualify as an ADI. If you would like to talk to me about becoming a driving instructor, then you can contact me through the website. There's a link to the website in the top comment below. Thank you for watching, and do remember, in the future when you're a driving instructor and you're teaching pupils, keep it simple and enjoy it.